Vincent Kompany FaceTimed me, and
No way. After the win?
after the win,
Brilliant.
when they were celebrating,
Was Harry there?
Harry was there. Harry was there with a pint of beer in his hand, which I was very, very impressed
He
with.
might not have finished it.
But might have not. I mean, his video next morning on Instagram looked like he probably had a couple more. Welcome to the Kyle Walker podcast with me, Kyle Walker, and him, Michael Brown.
We said it both at the same time.
Yeah,
Fantastic. We're back.
getting good at it, aren't we?
How have you been? Good?
All good, mate. All good. Little bit of a tough time, you know, with the injury and stuff like that. But it's been a little bit of a learning curve. I found. I think in certain moments when you're a little bit down and stuff, I think you get to realize what you are as a person. So it's been a little bit of thinking time towards myself, which is I felt, you know, a bit positive about, and I'm ready to attack, you know, the last little bit of the season.
What have you discovered? What is it when you say you discovered? Just
I just think that I've been very fortunate, you know, throughout my career to be, I'd say 9 times out of 10 injury free. And also when I've been injured, I've always had a support network around me that's, you know, kind of takes your mind off of it, yourself included in that we've had numerous chats when, you know, I did my hamstring or I did my groin or it was something like that. We had a conversation and, you know, you and the kids and, you know, just getting around everyday life kind of takes your mind off of it. But when I've been here alone, that's all you're thinking about. And I think with the injury, what I had in the little operation, it was a little bit, I thought it would be a bit more straightforward than what it was. But where I had it down here in I think it was 17 staples, it kind of...
I think just to
So-
explain, you've had something in your elbow, haven't you? You've had a
Yeah,
little
yeah, my
operation.
elbow,
You've got the
little
staples
yeah.
there, and that's
Well,
what
the
it
staples
was. So
have been...
if no one gets to see the picture, that's
No.
that's what you're
Yeah,
referring
the
to.
staples have come out now, but where it is on the inside of your arm, there's a nerve, and the swelling that I had from the operation, which obviously no one can stop, it was pressing on the nerve, so I lost the feeling in my my little finger and the one next to it, so they dropped, and just, you know, simple things like typically I lay on my right side when I fall to sleep, so sleeping was an absolute nightmare. And then when you don't get your sleep, all of a sudden your mind starts playing tricks on you, and then you're in the hotel room on your own, you're staring at the same 4 walls. So it was a little bit difficult, but I'm through that period now, and I think hopefully it makes me, you know, a better person, because I had a little bit of time to reflect on certain things, which was good.
No, it's nice that you've mentioned you did like a little bit of a nerve on your hand. You got it in very early, didn't you? Because we played table tennis, we played a little bit of pool, and it didn't go too well for you. But I'll let you off now because you've got it in there, and that's why. So that's fine. We got it in quickly, didn't you? We've had a little bit of an injury. You will recover. You will be back.
Brownie, let's get some...
Were you?
We have played a lot of
It
sport,
was good though, wasn't it? It was
and
fun.
we will play a lot of sport over the summer. But there's 2 games that you will not beat me on when I am full.
Oh, wow.
Now, I
This is a
played you
big statement
basically
again. Oh, wow.
with staples just being took out of my arm, and I played you at table tennis.
I think pool. I can't believe it was almost 7 ball. I just missed
It was also 7 balls. That is,
6.
to the people, that says everything. Like, I will not get 7 balled.
Oh, be careful! Be careful!
No, it's not
This
happening.
pod's travelling for quite a while. Were you worried that it was going to be longer? Do you know when you first have an injury, you're like, oh no, how quick can I get back? That's your first thing, isn't it? So you're reassured it won't be too long. So obviously,
No. So you know me. I like to give myself tasks. You know, when you're coming up against very good players that are in your team and you want to be the number 1 right back. When doctors or physios say to me it's a certain amount of time, I'm like, all I've got to do is just beat that. That's all I need to do. So they said 3 months was the elbow injury.
3 weeks.
I did it in 22 days. I was back in training.
Yeah, you're getting old. You lost a day.
Yeah, I lost the day. I was
outrageous.
I was fuming. I
can't actually believe it. What's
I
going
was
on?
fuming. So
You're a bit older there, aren't you?
still for the contact and everything, I wouldn't say it's not painful. I actually got a checkup tomorrow, just for the X-ray after a month of them doing the operation. So they're going to do the checkup and everything. But the scar's healed well. Everything's very fine. But it's like when you do your ankle or something like that, all of a sudden you it's a mental block because you've had pain for so much time. Your mind kind of says,
I thought you didn't feel pain. I thought you said I don't feel pain. What about
it's a sensation? It's not pain.
Yeah, it's not pain. No such thing is it. What about cup final 3-0 Inter? This could be a great moment for you, and yet again another opportunity to get a bit of silverware.
Yeah, I think going into the game, probably everyone wrote us off, but to play them 5 times in 1 year, which we have done, and not lose one game, I think that just shows the capability of this team. When everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet, and we're really up for the game.
Bologna in Rome, what a place, eh? Rome.
Yeah.
FA Cup final time, Your Cup final, Coppa Italia. Where's it at? Do you know? Can you say it?
Where's what?
Where's the game at? Where's the final at?
It's at Rome Stadium.
What's it called?
Stadio Olimpico.
Yeah. Have you played there?
I have actually.
I thought you might have. Just give you that one.
Yeah, I have.
Do you remember how or when?
England v Ukraine in the Euros, and that was a very good result for England. So, yeah, I've had some
that's
good
come out
memories.
all right, that, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've had some good memories there.
Good question. I thought I'd stumped you, but you've come out with the flying colours, haven't you?
But I think for the club, listen, to win 2 titles in a season, it's going to be fantastic for a very up and down season what we've had. But I think also importantly that we're not going to get into the top 4. I think we know that now. So to go and win this, hopefully, that puts us in Europe, and a club like AC Milan should be in Europe. So, I really do hope that we actually go and do it, especially for the fans as well, because they do deserve it as well. They've stood behind us all season through good and bad. And to say a little bit of thank you to them, that would be, a nice gesture to bring the cup home. If you're up for more insights, analysis and stories from the game, look no further than the Football Daily Podcast. Daily episodes cover the latest news from the Premier League, EFL and European football. Plus there's interviews with big names from across the footballing world. Subscribe and listen now on BBC Sounds. So let's talk about Liverpool winning, obviously, the Premier League. I think they've been good. I think they very deservedly win this Premier League. I think for a manager to come in and do what he's done in his first season is special. Took a lot for me to say that. It really did. It took a lot for me to say that, but I think you have to give credit where credit's due. They've been the best team by far in the league, and a massive congratulations to that team. Obviously winning 20 now, going joint with Manchester United. It's not something that comes out of my mouth very easily, but I'd like to say, definitely for myself, a massive congratulations to Liverpool on winning the league. It's a long slog, the Premier League, 38 games, and it's 38 games of grind. So been very fortunate to win it 6 times. I'll just drop that in. But I do have to say a massive congratulations, and fully deserved.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, to win it in Arne Slot's first season, I was wondering what type of manager he was going to bring. How did he cope? They didn't get recruitments. They waited. They were patient. I thought that was a really interesting fact that they didn't go and spend the money. They've now got the resources to make them even stronger. The uncertainty all season of Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I thought they handled it very, very well. We've obviously seen Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk sign the contract, and now we've just realised the news was expected for a long time. Trent Alexander-Arnold off to Real Madrid. I mean, what a move for him, somebody very, very well. I mean, it must have been hard for him to do that. When you've been at Liverpool for so long, to go and actually take that on, but it's hard again, isn't it? Real Madrid. How do you turn it down? He's getting a little bit of criticism, but when he's won everything, so I mean,
I wish him all the best. I think he would have had a very, very long sleepless nights on what he had to do for his career. I think for the servant that he's been for the club, for the trophies that he's won, for the player that he's become. Me personally, you have to say thank you and wish him all the best on his next chapter. When Real Madrid come knocking at the door, there's not many people that would turn that down. But, you know, for Trent, I think it'd have been a very, very, very tough decision, because I know the love that he has for not just the club, but the city in a whole. But maybe he feels that he has achieved what he wanted to achieve at his boyhood club. He's won every trophy that he can do, and he wants a new, test and a new chapter in his life. And you have to wish him all the best. And hopefully, he goes and produces what he's produced at Real Madrid. There's going to be pressure, of course. There's going to be pressure to sign for this team. I don't think it's just about playing football. I think it's about the whole picture, the whole package on and off the field. And I'm sure, with his character, as I know him, just from being in the international squad, he can do that. He's got his good mate Jude there, which
that's the one, isn't it? That'll help him seriously. Imagine if he'll just tag straight onto him all day long.
Yeah, which will put his arm around him and obviously guide him in the right way. Because I think Jude's conducted himself fantastically since moving to the Real Madrid. And I'd love to see a Scouser with a Spanish accent. It'll be
good, isn't it?
It'll be interesting.
Rather someone from Sheffield with a Italian
accent.
Yeah, we might see some. Yeah, you're going well now, aren't you?
It's
Italian good.
I've slacked.
Wow.
Less because now injury.
You had all the time with your injury. You couldn't have done it.
No, I wasn't in the right headspace. Was it the right? You have to. If you're going to attack something, attack it with the right headspace. And I wanted to just get back to playing football before concentrating on speaking Italian. So my main focus was getting back on the field as quickly as possible. So the Champions League race, obviously, it's this team, it's that team, it's Villa, it's Northampton, Nottingham Forest, it's Man City, Chelsea are in the mix, Newcastle are there. It's exciting. And obviously Arsenal dropping a few points over the last couple of games. City could actually go and finish second. So what do you think?
I think for me, right, what's going to be really good on this podcast is breaking news. Northampton Town in Champions League race. That's going to travel up the cobblers. They're right in there. You've got a special home for them. They're going to absolutely love that they've gone into not only the top four, it's the top five. So as we give it, Liverpool in first on 82, Arsenal on 67, Man City on 64, Newcastle 63, Chelsea 63, Forest on 61, Aston Villa on 60. All played 35, some tough games remaining. Is it Chelsea Forest on the last day? Villa's squad, how strong they are. Chelsea just getting a few results. Newcastle, Man City. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, how to call it? He's going to be there. I don't know. City have took a giant step, I think, against the results against Villa and Wolves to ground that result out. And from there on, you do feel like it is open, isn't it? I mean, Forest were home and hosed at one point, then they fell away. I just think it's.
Well, you look at the next round of fixtures. On Saturday, you've got Aston Villa at Bournemouth, and Bournemouth
go for a Europe position.
Well, yeah, but Bournemouth have been incredible this year. They've been incredible for what they've done. Obviously, the result against Arsenal just over the last weekend. So that's going to be a tough place for Aston Villa to go. Man City have got Southampton. Obviously, Southampton are playing for pride now. And that you would probably, for how Southampton's play this season, would say that Man City will probably go and get a result there, hopefully. And then Sunday, it's Newcastle-Chelsea. So I don't think I can...
Chelsea
I can quite call it. I don't think I can quite... And Liverpool have got Arsenal. So Man City could actually go second from where everyone was saying, are we going to qualify for the top four, this, that and the other. I think it's full credit to, I know the lads would never give up, and the managers certainly definitely wouldn't ever give up. I just think that we hit a bad period around the winter break where certain people got injured, people were playing with injuries, people was overplaying, and the manager, Pep, probably didn't really have the rotation that has worked so well for us over the last number of years. And we fell short of the pace. Liverpool was just on a run where they was winning every game, and as soon as you start to lose a couple of games in that busy period, it kind of sets the Premier League out for itself. But listen, anything can happen in football, and we'll see what happens. Villa have then got Tottenham.
Crazy, isn't it?
Man United have got Chelsea. Chelsea have got Man United.
They could play Tottenham at the right time if they're in the final. And Manchester United might be a great one to play if they are in the final. So as we record this, we still don't know that yet. I mean, imagine that. Man United, Spurs in the final in Bilbao. I mean...
Yeah, exactly. So I still think it's a flip of a coin for all of them. I think Forest, my personal opinion, no. I think they've just fell off it. And I'm not gutted because I think that I want Manchester City in the Champions League, of course. I think Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. And then I think the next one is up for grabs, but I'm not writing them off because...
Well, there's two left. So you're saying Forest might miss out. Then I
think so.
Newcastle, Chelsea. Chelsea have got it tough. You'd like to ask this question, wouldn't you, after Newcastle v Chelsea?
After the weekend, we'll come back to this question.
We'll have another
but if I was to say now, I'd probably go Newcastle Villa.
I fancy Villa to kick on, but they've got some tough ones. But it's
Newcastle Villa.
Brilliant.
Because I just know, and personally as well, for Aston Villa for the 6 months loan period that I played there, I'd like them to definitely get into the Champions League. I think it's a massive, massive club. The fan base is incredible, and I think the players, the recruitment, Unai Emery, what he's done for that team and how he's changed it around is nothing short of incredible. And for certain people that I know connected with the club, I would like them to do so. I'm going to go for Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, Villa.
I think for me is I fancied Villa for such a long way back to be in a Champions League position. I covered Chelsea against Everton last week, and I was thinking, oh, this is a big game. Chelsea didn't really fulfill me with a load of confidence. Gone and got some more results, so I think we've seen Cole Palmer coming back into action. Forest to be in there, maybe Newcastle. Oh, it's tough. See, it's tough. It's hard to pick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough, but as well for Forest, what a fantastic season.
They have done unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I think certain players...
Elanga, Gibbs White can go all the way, right?
Yeah, he's got the ability. For a player that I watched at Sheffield United to kind of be cast aside from Wolves, to then go to Sheffield United, to then go to Forest, and then do what he's done, break into the England team. He's got all the ability, but like Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, Chris Wood, who would ever thought that he'd be notching the goals that he's notched in this season? So I think
tell you the lost, the right back, Olena, right?
Oh, incredible!
And we've discussed this before about him. Since he's been missing, it got worse for them.
But I think a lot of players in that team should be in the team of the season for them to even be in contention, even on 35 games where we're still talking about Nottingham Forest getting into the Champions League. I think that they should, some of their players should definitely be in the team of the season for me because they fully deserve it.
Right, last one. And I'm talking about in this podcast, right? What about the big man, someone you know well, getting a trophy? Harry Kane.
Yeah. Vincent Kompany, me and Vinny are obviously still really good friends, and he does FaceTime me probably once a month. We do have a chat and a conversation, and he FaceTimed me, and
no way, after the win, brilliant,
when they were celebrating,
was Harry there?
Harry was there with a pint of beer in his hand, which I was very, very impressed with.
He might not have finished it.
But might have not. I mean, his video next morning on Instagram looked like he probably had a couple more, which is fully deserved. But
Good.
I think for him, it's probably a weight off his shoulders to go there last season and not win it, and I think get beat by a Leverkusen team that was very, very good, was probably a kick in the teeth for him, definitely. But to get his head down again, do what Harry does, score the goals. For someone, if I said to you that there was a player for the last 8 or 9 years that scored 30 goals plus per season, that people were saying was going to be a one-season wonder, you would say for sure he's got a title. He's been to 2 European Championship finals and had to walk past the trophy. He's played in cup finals, played one against me. We've played in a couple together at Tottenham and semi-finals. For him to then finally get a trophy, I think it's definitely more than deserved, but at least no one can start saying that anymore, that Harry Kane's not got a trophy. He's got a trophy now, and that's it. It's put to bed. He's a great player, and he's a great servant to not just to England, but to football as well.
But Kyle, I mean, what a guy as well, isn't he? Do you know, like, so humble to what he's done, do you know, to how good he is, a team player. He deserves it, doesn't he? I think that's the point. What was the FaceTime like? Do you remember going on? You seen the face? You were crapping. Was Vinny? Was Vinny in good form? Was it?
Vinny knows how to celebrate a trophy. He's lifted enough. He's lifted enough, and he's done a few speeches.
For him, huh?
Yeah. So I'm sure that he will have probably done a speech like he did in a pub in Hale when I won my first Premier League, which was fantastic. But for him as well, you know, I'm over the moon. I know him, I know his family, you know, personally. And for him to, obviously, Burnley was probably, I wouldn't say a step too far is not the right thing, but he got promoted in great fashion. To then,
I think it was a learning year for him. Difficult in the Premier League to adapt and to change, to realise out when you're not winning. I think he'll have learned so much.
But I think Vinny's style of playing and how he likes to manage his team, to be a club like Burnley where basically survive and make sure that you're in the Premier League for next season, maybe like you just said there, it was a learning year where it maybe could have tweaked a few things. I'm not a manager, and Vinny's proven that he's a great, you know, manager, and there's definitely better things to come for him, especially at Bayern Munich. But maybe he could have adapted certain things where he could have changed certain things to just get results. You know, it's about winning. It's just about winning and staying alive in the Premier League. But I think the job at Bayern Munich is a perfect role for him and how he wants to play. And it's shown now. He's gone and got the trophy in his first year. And I wish him personally, you know, how I know him, Eric Dyer, Leroy, Harry, I wish them all the best, and I hope they continue, you know, and going on and winning things there. Cheers for watching the latest episode of the Kyle Walker podcast.
You can also listen to our bonus Q&A episodes on the BBC Sounds app, where you'll find the entire series so far.
Subscribe to the pod, and please keep sending in your questions to kylewalker@bbc.co.uk.